Mixin', fixin' for another big game. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week.
All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Dion Lewis, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. Threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Bridgewater on 1st down. It's complete to Hopkins. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the side. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 7 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2.
Check 50.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Bridgewater now. Steps away to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Mixon with a first down carry. On the stop, Breeland speaks.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He finds Hopkins complete. The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to do.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set. 20. Check. 59. I got it.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, it's complete to Snead. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 21-0 our score after 1. Third and 2, Stafford. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Margus Hunt drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. No take, check 3. Echo.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater sliding out of the pocket. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Bridgewater. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Dion Lewis, his 10th touchdown this season, 2nd of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Dion Lewis touchdown run. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? From the 30 on second down, Stafford.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 35.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
To throw is Stafford. It's complete. Stills. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Stafford. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Able to slither by. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Kenny Young leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. The Sanders has got it complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Play action now. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Margus Hunt able to take him down. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime.
We got to step it up. Whip, 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 whip.
Play action. Stafford. And he's able to find Diggs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Come on.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll run. This is Robert Turbin. And he fights through one man. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Stafford. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Demario Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness.
And he's going to go down again. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Stafford now to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter, the Chiefs have extended their lead in that one. Baker Mayfield, 3 touchdown passes thus far. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
There to make the tackle, Samson Ebukam. On third down, Bridgewater. And that's knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Stafford. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They go play action. Bridgewater rolling to his right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this?
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's at the 50. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Roosevelt Nix, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Bridgewater to throw it. Flushed out right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Here's a run with Mixon. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Bridgewater to throw it this time. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the home team here, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12.